Hey guys, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and welcome to a very special episode with guests of Video Game Nostalgia.
Goodbye.
Yeah! Cut. Out.
Cut it out.
Cut it out. Alright guys, so today we're here for a very special episode of Video Game Nostalgia. Sometimes I do this very scripted, sometimes I don't. That's today's episode, and I've actually got a couple friends over today, so we decided to sit down and shoot the poop a little bit about a very interesting topic. What was the worst video game we had growing up, or the game that we owned that we probably didn't like the most? So, without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Tommy. Tommy, why don't you tell us about the game that you had growing up that you owned that was probably your least favorite game that you had?
Well, we had this conversation earlier today.
Oh, you mean in preparation for the video?
Yes.
That's a good time to have that conversation, I suppose. Yeah.
It was Iron Sword on the NES.
Yeah, I had Iron Sword as well.
The game is a pain in the posterior.
It's tricky. It's tricky, not super easy to get into.
It's that's one thing. It's not easy to get into, but it's getting around. Like navigating the game was completely off the wall.
I know where you're coming from in that one, especially the early level, like where you're climbing up the mountain. And
yes.
It seemed so frustrating because you didn't really know where to go, and it seemed so pointless climbing up.
Yeah.
And the attacking's really hard at first too because your lance is so small, or the sword, right?
Yeah.
So I understand why it's a little bit frustrating. It gets better, but I also had it as a kid, and I didn't love it much either.
I know where it's first couple missions. I was like, yeah, I picked it up. And I was like, nah.
Oh yeah, it's still
this, and I threw it down.
20 years later, I've only got past the second level once ever. So yeah, I get that. So definitely Iron Sword for you.
Yeah, that's probably one of them. Yeah.
What was the worst part about it for you?
Just to navigate, like I said, to get into the game is the hardest part. Like trying to like say go up the mountain and like the fact that it's. I guess at that time when I was playing, I never had magazines to go through to help me out with tips or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I just sat down and played it, and I'm like, what a name.
Your favorite part was him on the cover, wasn't it? You were like,
no, Fabio.
I can't believe you're not buttering me.
My dephase.
Yeah, that's actually the reason why I got it. I don't even remember asking for it. I might have asked for it because they actually had a really cool commercial, and I'll probably add that right now if I can find it. During WWF, remember WWF Superstars?
Yeah,
and they'd always have these cool video game commercials. Iron Sword actually had a pretty awesome commercial that used to air during wrestling. So if I can find it, it's being added right now.
Come on! Almost! Finally! Yeah!
Triumph is ours!
Squirrels!
But the battle of wizards and warriors continues with Iron Sword. The evil wizard Malkill will take the shape of the earth, wind, water, and fire.
Farewell! The fate of the world is in your hands! Back, Fire Beast!
Live the saga of Iron Sword on your Nintendo Entertainment System from Acclaim.
Kuros?
How was it? Did I find it?
I don't know. Did you?
Anyways, I probably asked for it, but my mom was really, really into Fabio. Like, really into Fabio. Like, I think she even had a poster in her bedroom, to tell you the truth.
Wouldn't know.
Better not. So anyways, I think that's why I got it. Mom was just like, ooh la la.
Yeah, that's one of the games for me. I don't know if I got another one.
I asked for one.
Mike,
You're trying to help, Mike.
Mike, you just shut up.
Okay. What about you, Stefan?
Definitely Knight Rider.
Knight Rider?
Yeah, I put a lot of hours into it because I was a sucker for punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it that kind of turned you off from it?
Just some of the missions further up got really long, and I was
impossible to pass, just because you're waiting for like a time card to pop up or a certain weapon to pop up, and it just never did. And you can do it over and over, and it just would never pop up at the right time.
Yeah, I've actually know a guy on Facebook, or through YouTube, and his actual call name is Kit171, and he's a huge like Knight Rider fan and stuff like that. Yeah,
I enjoy the show. I'm at the game so much.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna go there. All right. So, anyways, Knight Rider for you. Yeah, I have Knight Rider. I haven't played it a ton, so.
I know the game. I just don't recall.
I don't remember if it's good or not. I can't even remember playing it now. Actually, I think I played it once, and I was like, "Well, yeah, that's one of the 678 I own."
I think the worst part though is when you run out of gas. You keep on trying to boost, and you're almost to the finish line, and you run out.
Yeah.
I think your game's over. That happened a lot.
Yeah. See, I don't trust this guy's opinion. He loves Echo the Dolphin. What's up with that?
Only guy on the planet that likes Echo.
No, actually, there's a ton of them. You know that when I did my Echo the Dolphin review, and I actually talked about not liking it, I mean, all I stated was my opinion. I didn't state, like, mechanical fact that by science, E equals MC squared. Echo is a flawed game. I don't think it's a flawed game. I just don't think it's for me, and I brought up a couple points that people hated. Anyways, some guy who is like a fanboy of Echo the Dolphin, like, found the video, took it, put it on this like secret hidden Echo the Dolphin fan club on Facebook.
Really?
And like everybody went crazy. They were like, "How dare he besmirch the name of Echo?
See you, Brony.
Does he not know the stars that shineth upon the sky of Echo?" And I was just like, "Everybody relax."
I enjoyed it, not that much.
No, I mean, but I've gone back and played it, and like the premise of the game is fantastic. Like, I was so excited. Echo was the game I wanted when I was getting my Sega Genesis that year. Like, there's my Sega Genesis up on the wall, the Model 2.
Yeah.
It actually came with Sonic 2 and Echo, and I'll tell you, Echo went into the system before Sonic 2 did. And I think that's the reason I dislike it so much. Is I saw the commercials for it, and I was so excited about it, and then when I got it, I was like, really? That's it? And like the music was kind of tinny. Anyways, I've said enough about Echo for my entire life. I don't need to talk about that anymore. But that was not the worst game I owned growing up. Anybody who watched my Christmas video already knows what my answer is. Batman Forever on the Super Nintendo was by far the worst game I had.
Yeah.
And I think some of it goes back to what I just talked about with Echo the Dolphin too. I mean, with Echo, I was very disappointed, and it's the same thing with Batman Forever. I mean, I came from renting and playing Batman Returns, which is absolutely ludicrously fantastic, and then you play Batman Forever, and it's not so good.
I think I played it once at my buddy's house, and he did not enjoy it at all.
It's a weird, like, I had a big problem. All the games that came out that year were, it was right after Mortal Kombat had really hit and become popular after Mortal Kombat 2, so all the games tried to do the same thing. Like, I got that game and a wrestling game, which is WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game, and it was all that pit fighter type graphics where it was actually pictures taken of the people and then used to do the game.
Yeah.
And that's what Batman Forever was. It was actual like pictures of a guy in a Batman suit, or like whatever, I forget what the actual term's called. But the crappy thing is, the combat was actually done like Mortal Kombat, so you had to press up to jump.
Yes.
So, and like you did spin kicks and everything. It was just like Mortal Kombat. Basically, that was what the combat was, which doesn't really work on a platformer. Which, for some reason, I guess people didn't remember, because then they made a Mortal Kombat action-adventure game called Sub-Zero Mythologies that used the exact same mechanics. How do you not know that Batman Forever was like the worst game ever, and then you do that? Have you guys ever played it? Batman Forever?
Yeah. Sucked.
Oh, it was terrible.
Terrible.
Like, absolutely wretched. And it's the only Super Nintendo game I can think of that actually has loading screens, like a CD.
Yes.
Like, it has loading screens.
It did, yeah.
What is it loading? It's a load of something. But,
It's giving you a chance to realize, oh my god, I bought this crappy game.
Oh, I didn't. Like, I even mentioned in the video, like, I felt terrible that Christmas because, like, and games were super expensive.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Not so much in the States. They were playing like 40. No, games were like 79, 89 bucks here.
True.
Remember, Canadian?
Yeah, true.
I'm surprised they're not again. Well, they actually are. They're $79 now.
Are they really?
New games are $79 again.
Wow.
I thought it was like, I was like, $69. I'm not paying that.
For Batman?
And it jumped up another 10.
Wow.
Here locally. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So anyways, I felt terrible because like my parents spent a fortune to try to get me these games I wanted for Christmas, and They were awful.
Is that the one you got for Christmas? Is that the one you got?
No, that Christmas was really bad. Like, my brother got Earthworm Jim 2, which was the only good game we got that year. And I got WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game, and Batman Forever.
Is that the one with Doink?
Yeah, is that the one? Yeah, Doink the Clown.
Well, Doink was in Raw, but he was also in WrestleMania, the arcade game. But it was all stupid. Like, Doink had that giant joy buzzer hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And that one was Mortal Kombat-y too. Like, you press like down towards, and then a punch button to do like choke slams and stuff. It was stupid.
But I think that at the time too, that was the era. That was the kind of the style of games that were popular. Like you said, the Mortal Kombat was popular, doing the same thing. The combo buttons, as opposed to like a punch kick button.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. It was awful.
But now you look back at it now, and it looks kind of stupid. I guess back then it was state of the art, I guess, or commonplace.
Yeah, when you looked at it from the outside, but when you
yeah.
actually played it, like, to me, I don't care how a game looks. Like, you give me crap all the time because I'll invite Tommy over, and like Tommy actually does. Like, I made a joke a little while ago that he likes to watch, but he does. That's what Tommy does. I mean, as long as I've known Tommy, Tommy will call me and go, "What are you doing today?" And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna see if I can finish Super Mario Sunshine." And he's like, "Cool, man. Can I come over and watch?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Okay.
I don't play games.
That's what he does. But then, like, I'm playing the older games, the retro games, and he goes, some graphics here. How can you even play that? And I'm like, well, it's not the graphics that really matter.
It's not all games.
Is it fun and does it play well?
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, sometimes people, it's all about substance over, well, it's all about style over substance, right? And that's an example of that, where they had this great idea, which Batman Forever could be. It's just they didn't add the substance to it. They didn't add the controls, the fun. They just, it was using this new technology and looking good and adding loading screens when loading screens weren't necessary.
I suppose the movie sucked, you gotta make the game suck too.
Well, that's a good point. So anyways, guys, those were, our worst games we had growing up. I'd love to hear what game you had in your collection, what you think was the absolute worst one you had. But there's some people out there that even had Amagon. You're out there. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching this very different and off-the-cusp episode of Video Game Nostalgia. This is where we wait spontaneously for the after credit scene to happen.
Oh, right.
I never planned them. It's just something that happens. Yeah, throughout. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. It's movie magic. And by movie, I mean some jerk sitting in front of a camera in his house.
So you're a jerk?
Yeah, I'm a jerk.
In front of the camera?
Yeah.
You just sit there and stare at the camera.
Yeah.
Just awkward.
Just awkward. Yeah, we could do. No.
Like that?
That's different.
Hey, you guys! Sorry.
Tommy Manning, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy freaking Manning.
How you doing?
Hey.
How you doing?